you was talking about before we, turn the camera on. You was saying how, you was gonna be trying to run for mayor in 2028.
Definitely.
And you was on the boards for homelessness and stuff.
Yeah, the National Coalition of Homelessness.
And so,
Washington,
how are you gonna do that? Like, if you're out here, you recreational using, you're out here on the streets.
African American culture, like when we're going through something, like your mother's always like, "Oh, baby, you just got to pray about that. Give it up to the Lord." But it's something that's not as easily as said. It's
100%.
And it's
we don't handle things the right way,
and
we try to sweep things under the rug.
Yeah.
That's why I try to have these conversations so I can kind of be like, you know what? Let me have this conversation. Let me see if I can help this person to unroot some of their pain that they have going on. Because even like you've talked to therapists, psychologists, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But guess what? You still have the pain. What's up, YouTube? Back in the lab with KD for the summertime. And this time I got my hitters with me. If you want to get this work, hit up at KD with the muscle on Instagram. Now back to the content. What's up, YouTube? Atlanta Street Interviews. Out here with another one. So, guys, this is the young lady that was on Chris's video. This lady right here. I was about to say, so what are you doing out here?
This is London right here.
I got kicked out the apartment because there was a violent crime that happened in my house, so I had 30 days.
Did you do the crime?
No.
Who did it? Your son? What did they do?
He's allegedly murdered, kidnapped, false imprisonment, and aggravated assault. So.
All right, and so how you doing today?
I'm okay.
All right. So first and foremost, are you homeless?
Yes.
Okay, and so how old are you?
40.
Yeah, I think you said that on the last video.
Yeah.
I think you look great. I think you look great. So, all right, so you're 40, and so how long have you been in this position of homelessness?
Okay, so technically I've really been homeless for like 2 months because I had my son, he basically was allegedly had a violent act in my apartment, and he's in jail in Rice Street right now, and I got kicked out. Like no warning, you know what I'm saying, like 30 days, but I didn't get none of those 30 days warning. So now I'm out here. But before, I'm like I'm out in the streets anyway. I'm outside a lot, so it's like not really that big of a deal. Like, cause I'm outside. I've been in the streets. Like I have a history of doing things that require me to be hands-on out here. So yeah.
Like, what is that?
Well, let's see. Manage, okay, so I went to prison for pimping, but it wasn't necessarily like pimping. I had like real organization out here, and I was kind of like a liaison between like strippers in the streets type of thing, and then that didn't really work out that well, but with the,
So let me ask, so how long ago was the pimping charge or whatever?
I went to jail like 2018 for...
Okay, it's about 6 years ago?
Yeah, and then I came out and just went back to not really doing that, but, still in the streets.
Okay, and so as far as the pimping goes, how long did you do that? Successfully? Yeah.
Oh, successfully, yeah. Whew.
How long did you do it for before you went to prison?
So I started in Chicago. I'm from Chicago.
Okay.
So I started in Chicago in about 1998, immediately after I graduated high school. I left, went to the inner city of Chicago and, started being a liaison, like a manager, and trying to tighten up the industry for them, because a lot of women don't understand their worth and their value. So it was like female owned and operated. We didn't do anything that like would degrade themselves in such a way, it's like I had children, so I want to make sure that I was home to put my kids on the bus and, to feed them still. So we didn't, I didn't encourage, overnight type of things and shit like that. So we always stayed in like luxury hotels. It was nothing, it was more like an upscale type of thing.
Okay, so you was a benevolent madam type deal.
Exactly, definitely.
Okay,
yes,
okay, and so And so you say you did that from the time you graduated high school?
Yeah, I'm still in it, a little bit, because a lot of girls out here, they don't have any home training, and then when they let the narcotics and the
get in, then they'll just do whatever.
It's so I'm trying to encourage the women.
So do you just encourage them charge higher prices?
No, I'm just wanting them to know their self-worth first, for them to take themselves off the clearance rack and gradually move themselves to when they can be behind the glass, and they would be able to see their more value, not necessarily just because of what they're doing and their addictions, but how they look at themselves and how they perceive themselves as a woman. Just because you have to do things, basically the women out here, they don't have a hustle, so that's why women are out here, you see, crazy things.
All right, so a couple months ago the situation happened with your son.
Yeah.
And that got you kicked out of your spot, right?
Yeah.
And so how many kids do you have?
I have 3 children.
3?
When I went to prison, they were taken from me. So my daughter and my son are in Chicago, and one's in another state. And my oldest son came back and lived with me here.
That's the one that ended up going to.
Yeah, and that's a horrible situation. I need help with him, because that would not happen. My son would never allow that. It was his friends. I know it definitely was his friends. My son wouldn't do that. But
so we're gonna talk about all that. So real quick. All right, so have you ever been married?
Yeah, I'm still married. I got a husband and a wife.
Husband and a wife?
That's my sweet daughter.
Okay.
Hi, E.
So as far as legally though,
legally I'm still married. I'm a veteran spouse. Yeah, my husband, he's a veteran.
Okay, man. And shout out to the military.
I'm not quite sure still if he's alive, because I've been trying to get in touch with him.
When's the last time you saw him?
Marquise Horton, if you're still alive, please hit me up on Facebook.
What's his name?
Marquise Horton.
Marquise Horton?
Yes.
Okay. When was the last time you saw him?
Like 2020.
2020?
Yeah.
Okay.
I missed him.
Okay. So you talked about on Chris's video how you do recreational drugs and things like that.
Yeah, I've been doing narcotics for a while.
For a while?
Yeah, it's really. They used to call me Malibu Barbie. I used to snort a lot of powder. But then the fentanyl came out, one of those functional people. It helps me focus. It's like a type of Adderall, Vyvanse type of thing.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah. I think they say Adderall and some drug are one chemical compound away from each other or something like that.
Yeah.
But okay, so.
But the main reason why I'm out here like that is I suffer from mental health. Seriously.
That's what I was just about to ask.
Yeah,
so,
that's my main disorder.
So what is the mental illness diagnosis?
Okay, well, I have treatment-resistant depression. I always try to kill myself, and it's not just because it's I have a sadness, and I have it's so deceiving because I have a beautiful smile and and everything, but so deep inside I'm just so sad. I have a lot of.
So let's talk about that. Hold on, we'll let Grady go by.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about that real quick, right? Because so real quick, let's start from the beginning. Where you from?
Chicago.
You from the Chi?
Yeah.
Hey man, hey man, shout out that Chicago, man.
Yes,
shout out that Chi-Town, man. All day, man. I love it. I have such a huge connection to Chicago on this channel.
I love my city.
And shout out to Yana, man. She just came out with her ebook. Y'all go check out her ebook, man.
Okay.
So Yana J. All right. So anyway, so growing up in Chicago, did you have both mom and dad in the household?
Particularly, I was not. I was okay. I was a.
Well, I'm asking, did you have mom and dad?
Yeah, my mom and dad, but then my dad took me to school one day and he never came back. My dad was an
What?
Yeah. But my dad was very open. He didn't, crack, but he was very open about his addiction.
Right.
And I was the one he talked to. I understood him. You know what I'm saying?
When you say he took you to school one day, what grade was that?
That was in high school. He dropped me off in high school. I was running late, and I didn't get it at that point in time when he's like, okay, I love you, it's that type of speech. And then I didn't see him for a while, maybe till my kids got older. He came down here and visited. My dad's passed December 11th, so I love you, Papa. But yeah, I didn't go to his funeral, but I don't do funerals very well. But I did.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like you guys.
I couldn't even get there. Actually, I don't even know how. I don't even know. My mama didn't even call me to tell me that he was dead. That's how fucked up my whole their family is. We still haven't even had a conversation about damn, he's dead. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. They're so stereotypical of me. But
so let me ask about that, right? So growing up, would you say that you had a fairly normal childhood?
No, I had a great childhood.
Had a great childhood?
Yeah, I grew up in a very, wealthy area. I'm from Chicago, but really from the suburbs.
Okay.
And
What suburb?
Arlington Heights.
Man, shout out to Arlington
Buffalo
Heights.
Grove. I went to Buffalo Grove High School. So yeah, that's yeah, I did that. And I came out here in the music industry.
So hold on, before we get there, right? We're still in childhood real quick. So because I'm trying to figure out where is this pain coming from, right? Where is this pain coming from?
Well, we're not going to talk about that right now, because I'm having a great kind of like an okay day today. I'm pretty stable, you know. So I don't want to get into that right now. We'll save the like, you know, for another time.
Okay, well, just to confirm though.
But okay, I didn't even finish telling you like all my disorders though. Okay, so some of them are standard.
Okay, go ahead. Okay, tell me your disorders.
It's like treatment-resistant depression, manic, major depressive disorder.
Okay.
Then I have the bipolar and you know whatever, but that's kind of like a superpower. And then you know ADHD. I have borderline personality disorder. And I change up my image so much. People don't even realize like how they can't identify me from one to another. Like, damn, that's her, you know? You look so different. Every day they say that. And,
well, I mean, so hold on real quick. I wanna ask, right? Because so real quick, we don't have to dive into the stuff.
Okay.
But I do want to ask, there is pain from childhood?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, and that's where that pain is coming from?
I mean, I don't know.
Have you ever talked about it with any like professional or anything like that?
I've had psychologists I go to. I've had,
Why do you think that it still has such a major kind of hold over you emotionally?
I think like some people in like, especially in like the African American culture, like when we're going through something, you know, like your mother's always like, oh baby, you just got to pray about that. You know, give it up to the Lord. But it's something that's not as easily as said. It's, you know,
100%.
And it's
we don't handle things the right way. And we try to sweep things under the rug.
Yeah.
That's why I try to have these conversations so I can kind of be like, you know what? Let me have this conversation. Let me see if I can help this person to unroot some of their pain that they have going on. Because even like you've talked to therapists, psychologists, stuff like that. Yeah. But guess what? You still have the pain. Yeah. And it still has a hold over you to the point that
medicine doesn't work. It just makes you feel fuzzy. It just makes you
Hold on real quick to make sure. Huh?
Unique! Oh my God! Hold on 1 second.
Hold on.
Sorry. Okay.
Well, she's been there. What are you doing?
Oh, I'm sorry. Just like I've been waiting.
She literally has been sitting there for like 20 minutes. Like, like she's been sitting there. Okay. All right. So we don't have to dive into some of that stuff, right? But well, hold on now, because here's the thing. So I don't think I gave you the spill at the beginning, so I ain't gonna worry about it. All right. Anyway, okay. So when you when we was just talking,
so I have
right?
to read the disclaimer or something on this?
No, it's okay. I didn't listen. I didn't give you the disclaimers. Don't worry about it. So but you know the mental illness stuff, right? Because you was talking about before we turn the camera on. You were saying how you was gonna be trying to run for mayor in 2028.
Definitely.
And you was on the boards for homelessness and stuff.
Yeah, the National Coalition of Homelessness.
And so like how are you gonna do that? Like if you're out here recreational using, you're out here on the streets.
At one point in time, I was at I think how most Americans, they're kind of like not in touch with what's really going on out here, and it's not necessarily a thing where you triumph over your tribulations and stuff like that. But if I wasn't able to like get in the mud with the people that I'm around, like most of the people out here are super talented, like we have an electrician, so it's like don't tell nobody, but we have an electrician that came around and like he's like he smokes or whatever, and he made like all the little traps and stuff, like the little things out. We got electricity outside, like we have we have sockets where we can like plug in our phones,
right,
shit like that.
No, listen, there's a lot of genius.
Like, real shit out here.
There's a lot of genius in the streets. There's a lot of genius in prisons. Yeah. There's a lot of genius out here. But how do you expect to like run for mayor when like you're like a former pimp and that type of stuff?
Because I know like what we really need, and like things to look for, to like the scams, the things that are not being done, to where to allocate money for things that really need to be fixed in here, like the infrastructure, the streets, some things that are like
I get it. You feel like you're more of a closer, you're closer to what's going on.
I consider this, I'm gonna say this, I consider this like my case study, like seriously, you know, talking to people. You know, everyone loves me. They consider me like the mayor out here anyway. You know, I have a great presence out here. Everyone talks to me. I'm, you know, very fond of and shit like that. And I don't jump behind bushes, you know, smoke and shit like that. Like, you know, if I do that or do that, you know, I'm not out here like that, you know. And so it's like I try to encourage the girls, like, you know, you don't have to be walking around naked, you know, having your like this. You look like a real J, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to like have that image, you know, to enjoy whatever type of.
Well, I get it, but like I'm gonna ask you a serious question.
But it's different. Now, on the other hand, people like psychological, their balance, their chemical balance,
right.
They can't help it. I've seen some really strange shit out here.
Is that you right now, though?
No, hell no. I'm good. All the time. I'm always high in some type of weed, whatever.
Because I'm trying to figure out, like, what is your end game with this, right? Like, because you sound
it's already written.
Well, what I'm saying is you sound intelligent. You sound some stuff, right? Okay, so what is the end game to being out here using crack, using this, using that? What is the end game to that? Like, when are you gonna stop that?
See, one thing about it, if you say like, oh, I'm gonna stop tomorrow, you know,
then you're not gonna stop.
And you're not tomorrow. that fucks with people's mental.
Yeah,
know?
It's
makes
more
them
stress.
Feel like a loser. I can't do shit right. Oh, I'm gonna, you know what I'm saying? So myself, I just say, you know, it's not. Everything's temporary. You know, whatever. And you know, and anyone that's tired of something, they'll change. You know, in women and domestic violence.
So basically, when you get tired,
I got smacked the fuck.
Yeah, what happened to that?
Oh, because it's this dope boy. It's not a typical thing. Okay, but this dope boy. Like I was laughing at him. Like he was telling me some shit. You know, I was trying to coordinate something for somebody else. Should I say? And you know, and I just was in too much somebody else's business, I guess. You know, that's me. Yeah, it smacked the shit out of me because I was laughing at him. I'm like, dude, you can't be serious. Smacked shit out of me. So when he smacked me, I was just like, okay, you need to practice your communication skills because obviously, you know, this is not gonna, you know, this doesn't mean shit.
But
you know,
but listen,
like,
you wouldn't have got smacked.
That's my face. This is the first time I've really seen it. I see it in the phone. Oh my god.
But you wouldn't have got smacked if you wouldn't have been out here dealing with all this stuff.
He wouldn't have been dying to smack me. I'll pull someone's chain. That's like I'll pull.
But you're okay with like just getting smacked like that?
I mean, if my son was here, that shit would not happen. First of all.
But your son's in jail.
Yeah, my son's in jail. But nobody's been trying me like this until my son's been locked up any type of way. Okay,
but that's
some bullshit.
So so how long do you plan on staying out here?
I'm not gonna be out here forever. This is like summer camp. Okay, like right now. That's what we're summer camp.
What are you gonna do to get your housing situation squared back away?
I do real estate, you know, so it's like if my friends knew I was out here like this, they'd be like, "London, the fuck," you know, because like I'm the apartment. I was like the apartment girl, like, but this shit's boring. Like that shit's boring. The apartments, I like lived in every one of these fucking high rises out here. That shit's boring. Like it's like superficial, you know, like all that shit, like that whole life that I was on, like it's fake as fuck, you know. These people out here, they're going through some shit, but like for real, like you can't hide who you are when you're out here and you ain't got shit.
Well, right, and that's what I'm saying.
But
so
like everything that I do have, but I'm probably like the most person that have shit out here. You know, I always got to keep a phone, I got to keep a laptop. I don't know how many fucking laptops. I have to have my jewelry, you know, I have to have my clothes, my Jordans, you know, this shit, you know what I'm saying? I have to be fresh all the time, you know, my jacket.
But is it just keeping up an image? Because
it's not an image, it's my lifestyle. I was born like this. My parents raised me very well and like this.
But honestly,
so it's just keeping up with my upbringing. Like I've always been taking care of myself, shower, you know, keep myself up, you know, brush my teeth in the morning, you know, shit like that. You know, things that maybe people have.
Did you end up going to high school?
I'm a college graduate. I graduated college. I have 2 degrees. What are you talking
Okay,
about?
what school, by the way? What colleges?
I went to Ashford University and Strayer.
Okay, shout out to Strayer, man.
Yeah,
shout out to Ashford too.
Shout
out to Ashford. What was your degrees in?
Arts, business arts, and business administration and economics.
And so like that's what I'm saying. So like college educated, all that stuff. Do you not see how this looks to the outsiders? Like, do you not see how like somebody would look at this and be like, okay, there's some crazy stuff going on? Because
I told you I'm mental health. Like, okay, so when it comes to mental health awareness, like I'm swear to God, I'm gonna get my hair like, you know, do my hair like, you know what I'm saying, get my hair straight. I usually have my nails done, but I you know, some shit happened this weekend. So look, I'm gonna get a very good sign. I don't do signs and shit, so this is gonna be like a real like I'm gonna attach this to maybe like my maybe by that time I'll have like a nonprofit together, and to help with people, maybe collaborate with what you got going on. And I'm gonna hold up a sign and get all nice and dressed up, and hold a sign and say, this is what mental health looks like. Because people just think that, mental health, you got to do this and this, and then there's no help. When I spent like 2 years on the 13th floor of Grady all the time, just killing myself, trying to do this, breaking down, crying, wanting to give everything away, just like going through like this emotional turmoil, of like whatever. And I just like gave up. They don't have any after program shit to do there. They just like, okay, well your medicines are holding well. These are your diagnoses. Please continue these.
And get up out of here.
Yeah, go.
Listen. Let me ask you a question before we leave, right? Because you keep on referring to this kind of pain, right, and these traumas, right?
Yeah.
Without diving too deep into it, are these, because we hear a lot of this on this channel,
rape,
right?
Molestation,
right. Are these sexual assault traumas?
Of course, but not so much. Like abandonment issues, sexual traumas, but then I don't know, this is going to sound really weird, but sometimes I think like the sexual thing I had gone on just kind of activated me maybe a little earlier in life, and I kind of like, kind of got good at doing stuff.
You say what? You got good at it?
And I didn't think of it as
like something that happened to you type deal.
Didn't think of it as till I got older.
And I get that.
Damn, that was fucked up that was happening.
I was about to say, because what age did it happen?
Like I was 7 and 8.
Right.
Yeah.
So like
it was like me and his sister though. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I thought it was okay. Till like.
So it was with the female?
Yeah. Like no, like the guy.
The guy that did it.
Yeah, it was her.
You was cool with her
brother, and he was, me and her.
His sister and you?
Yeah, that's enough. I don't want to talk about that.
Ooh. I mean, was he older, real quick?
Yeah, he was older.
Okay, so this was
I'm not quite sure the age, but I assume he was out of high school because he was always home or something. I don't know. But that was just one incident. That was probably like I probably say it was my earliest encounter. But it's more to do with like my family, inner family. Like, my mom, my relationship with my mother,
I hear a lot of that. There's a lot of mama trauma.
Kids, my mom's just kind of like fucked me over,
In what ways? Like
when I went to prison, like she didn't have to like go and try to get my kids, So like she got my kid. I smoked some weed, guys, so I'm sorry if I got cut out.
But who did you want to get your kids when you went to prison?
She was supposed to keep my kids. I just keep them. She had resources. She financially set for them. Then she just wants. I don't know what the fuck. Why she? And then actually, she took my kids when I got out of prison because I had to come back here for like probation and shit.
Right.
Or else I would. I don't understand. And she, so she thought my kid's dad was going to be like a deadbeat dad with my daughter Gabrielle, and he came and took her ass, because in order to relinquish your parental rights, both parents have to sign off on that. My dad, he was like, hell no, I'm coming to get her, and then they think I'm a bad parent. My kids are fucking awesome. I took them to Mexico for Cinco de Mayo. They speak languages.
I get it, but the oldest is in jail for murdering somebody right now.
Well, that's because he got. But that no, he did.
Like,
allegedly. But I know he did. No,
okay.
He did not do that. And plus, my son, I know he's smarter than that. If he did do anything, why the fuck would he still stay in the house after if a murder took place there? I mean, that does not make any sense.
So So I mean, obviously,
or even have witnesses, co-defendants.
And your mom's still living, right? So if she were to happen to come across this video on YouTube, what do you think her thoughts and her reactions would be?
I hope she fucking cries. I hope she cries and she feels guilty that I'm like this just because they don't pick up the phone and call me. If I ask her for like $1 or $10, she's gonna think I use it on that. Bitch, I can get that easily. I might want that for something like, I might have to order something online or something, and I need to send to my Cash App or something, or I need you.
Do you like trade sex for drugs and stuff like that?
I was a pimp. I don't have to. I got these bitches out here to do shit like that. I don't have to. I don't have to do shit like that. Because I have other hustles. I have other things that I do. This is like. For that, it's like minor scale, That's why people look at me higher above that.
So listen, if
like
you
the lady to New York or Detroit, she's not doing that shit either. I don't know what she do. Oh, they get.
She has a house.
They get checks.
I'm about to say she gets a check. She gets a check.
I don't get no Social Security check, so I'm not cashing in my check for no drugs. I'm not doing none of that. I hustle. I get this out there. I sell crack.
Listen, if your mom, so you just said how you feel about her. you know, if you could just give her any message. She's watching this video right now. You haven't spoken with her in a while, I guess. Give her any message that you want to give her. You're here, downtown Atlanta. Whatever it is that you want to tell her, let her know, whatever.
I'd just say that, you know, you're to being so judgmental based on maybe the passage you went through. Like, you should probably reach out instead of withdrawing, because maybe you feel like it's some type of self-guilt, because I don't see what I ever did wrong to you to make you feel that way.
Well, I mean, maybe
I didn't abandon my kids, and if you're disappointed,
and like the drug use, the pimping,
I've been taking drugs, bitch. I've been on drugs. Look, I've been doing drugs my life, and I've been very successful. I've went through school, went through this, went through that. You know, I've been.
Well, when did the harder drugs start?
That's what cocaine is hard. I've been soft and hard was just the same thing.
So okay, so you've been doing cocaine since you was like teenager type deal?
Like 21, 20 something. And like, you know, I just would always tell her that I have allergies. When I started smoking it, I just realized that I probably did have allergies. I just thought I was stopped up, you know. But
no, it's the coke. It's the coke.
It was the coke. But I realized that in Georgia now, I kind of do have seasonal allergies. But like,
no, you definitely will have allergies in Georgia. That pollen to kick everybody's ass in the springtime. So, except mine, I'm not allergic to it.
Okay. But it's
all right.
I said it'll be a disappointment, but like, just reach out. You know, I'm still a brilliant mind, and you know, and if I
so you want her to reach out to you?
I mean, she could, if you know, I know her number.
Do you want her to?
No, not really, because I wouldn't answer. Like she would start.
Well, why would you say reach out if you wouldn't answer?
Like reach out.
So is there really a part?
Other type of way, you know. Like reach out and be for real about it.
Would you feel loved if she reached out?
No, because I know she's only doing it because they're going to probably be like, oh, you know, what the people say.
What if she never saw the video and she reached out? Would you feel loved?
I mean, I text her for like her birthday.
You avoid questions. You avoid questions. I'm asking you a direct question.
Know what love is. That's when I hear
that
word.
Do you love your mom?
She's all right. I feel so fucked up.
Do you think that she loves you?
No, there's no way she could love me. And we'll get to that another
See,
day.
that smile tells me that you don't believe that.
I know. I mean,
that smile tells me that you may be hurt. That smile tells me that there's hurt and there's pain, but you don't actually believe that.
I don't know. I don't know. You're gonna have to like listen to the next part of whatever goes on.
Okay, so we're gonna do a part 2. We're gonna do a part 2 where we do a deeper dive into some of this stuff.
Yeah,
okay.
We'll just talk about that later.
Okay, for sure. Listen, we've gone 10 minutes over the time. Look how you just was flowing.
Yeah.
See, you was all worried about time. This is how it works with me. Once you step into my office, listen, once you once you step into my office, it's like we're in a whole nother dimension.
Yeah,
you lose track of time.
It's good to get that off my chest a little bit, because like people don't. These are not real. They're zombies out here.
It's excellent to get it off your chest, and that's why when people do it, this is how they feel afterwards. So I'm happy that you. I'm happy that you decided to do it.
$1 million smile. Oh yeah.
I'll tell you what. You got that $1 million smile. I know who wrote that too.
You do, yeah.
My guy. I think he's from Chicago too.
He tells everybody I'm his wife.
All right, well listen.
Because his name's London and my name.
Yeah, London, that's my guy. All right, well listen, he's always smiling, man.
Yeah.
But anyway, listen, we really appreciate you taking the time answering all of our questions. If anybody out there did want to reach out, help, or donate, do you have a way they could do that? Do you have social media, Cash App, anything like that? God, your Facebook?
No, I'm not really worried. I'm not gonna go into that right now.
No?
No, because it's not about the donations or anything.
Okay, no worries.
I just need to get that off my chest. Okay.
I get it. Well, listen, we appreciate you.
Yeah.
Definitely wishing them but the best, okay?
Thank you.
All right.